I think we're good.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah.
So it seems as though that there's only 4 tanks now. There's Diablo, Murden, Johanna, and
Garrosh.
and Garrosh.
Uh,
Is it,
I'd argue with the 2 bans actually
Yeah,
happening.
Garrosh doesn't exist in Hero League.
Yeah, Garrosh doesn't exist, and now Stitches exist. I've seen a lot of Stitches.
Yep.
A lot of Stitches.
I think that I think Paradox said that support's in a good spot right now. I think so too. But are tanks in a good spot?
I mean, the one thing that I can say about tanks, and I have a friend who plays a lot of Arthas, and I tried to explain to him why Arthas is a really, really powerful hero, and he's a strong tank, but in this meta, he sucks. And I was trying to explain it because right now, we have a lot of tanks who have things that are really, really annoying to play against, where they can take control of a bush, and you can't go anywhere near that bush because you're either going to be flipped back by Garrosh and then stunned and killed. You're going to be flipped over by Diablo and then pushed back in their team, stunned and killed. You're going to be gorged or hooked and then gorged and then brought back into the team and stunned and killed. Or, ETC, where they're going to push you back, stun you, and kill you. So the problem is you need to play someone who either can do that really, really well to where you can control the bush first, or they're too afraid to get in the bush. Or you need to play someone who can get in that bush and not be threatened by that flip, stun, kill, like an ETC, a Tyrael, a Joanna, or anything that can they get flipped. They have a way to get back out. And I think that's the problem that we're in. I don't think that it's necessarily like it's a bad meta. It's just that any tank that can't survive that or doesn't have a way around that is absolutely screwed from being in the meta whatsoever. And that's where Arthas kind of comes in. Is I actually personally think he's probably the strongest on paper. He has some of the most damage of a tank, some of the best wave clear of a tank. He has a great initiator. But if he gets flipped, he's dead. And he gets gorged, he's dead. Unlike a Tyrael who can jump out, or an ETC who can jump out, or Murden who can jump out. You know what I mean? So I think that it's one of those where I don't know what they can do about it, because there's so many heroes who all do the same thing now in terms of tanks that it might take a long time before the meta shifts again. And they can't just buff Arthas because he's scary as it is. He's just in a really weird meta.
I mean,
I'll say that
if it's like Johanna
Hero
solo
League.
tank, you can take like Arthas solo as well. I mean, but it's very niche where Arthas fits into a comp.
Well, so I've been playing a lot of Arthas in Hero League. He works because there's not a lot of coordination. Like Stitches, he would gorge a Johanna instead. Like, yay! Now I'm free to initiate.
Oh,
so
definitely.
yeah, like it works at lower levels pretty well because you have these really long sustained team fights. He kind of just exists and slows the enemy team down so much that you get value out of him. At high level, he's a death. I mean, he never wins because he can't escape. But low levels, he's still a very, very overpowered hero, as you said. He heals for a lot, high health pool, self healing. Like he's just really good. But
Well,
yeah.
in the comps he works. He just walks up to the back going, "I'm here, bitches." GG. Like, and Vala's like, "What the fuck am I gonna do? There's an Arthas in my face."
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That works.
Oh, Backpack, do you go the noob killer talents where you go like the auto attack and the rune tap or
No.
whatever? Oh, okay.
Only if it's versus Artanis and Twin Blades Varian.
Okay. So what build do you go? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's standard build. It's level 1, you go the root. Level 4, you go with the lingering chill. 7 is the armor. 10 is always the legion. Yep. 13 is the root armor reduction. 16 is the if you're near him for 3 seconds, it's rooted. It's the standard build.
All right. So back to, so it seems as though that the tanks that have the like mobility are the ones that have the most. They're basically the only ones that are viable now. It seems like in general, right? Is it even feasible to give all tanks mobility like a Murden or an ETC, or is that just bad gameplay to do that.
I don't think I never think that they all should have it. I think it's like it's best to have counterplay against everyone. And if Arthas' counterplay and same with Garrosh's is both like they don't have any mobility, so that's kind of the way that you counterplay. You have to like kind of move around them in a way to where you never get close enough for the throw or you never get close enough for the perma slow. But it's just challenging because the meta that we're in really punishes those who don't have that mobility.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dive-oriented meta right now.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
That's why like your Rel and Blaze are good. You both tread their positions with bunter or jump out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're all about mobility right now too. I mean, that's what this meta thrives on, especially at the higher play. If you don't have any sort of mobility skill, your hero better be overpowered like Raynor, otherwise they're not going to be very good.
Yeah. Can we talk a bit about
Yeah, go for it.
Murden and Haymaker?
It happened.
That's been a thing for a while.
Yeah, Haymaker's Playmaker.
Yeah, and it's so annoying.
It's very good, especially if you got 2 tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because
you don't need the avatar anymore.
Yeah, you don't need to be as tanky, and having extra damage and the isolation ability of Playmaker helps. He's very he's much more squishy when he goes at playstyle. You might not be picking third wind up at level 1 as well.
It's like a more guaranteed Artanis swap, if done right.
And safer.
I wouldn't say safer, but
Yeah, I mean, you still need to like jump in their backline and knock someone into their group. But I mean, I guess it is a little bit safer because you do stun everyone who's in the way. But might be a little bit more reliable because you could hit someone in the back line rather than the front line. But yeah, I mean, you're also burning an ult and you won't have your escape. So I honestly like the comparison to Artanis swap. I've never used that comparison, but I do like that comparison.
As a support main, if your front line is like not peeling for a split second and that Murden sees it and then he just jumps on top of you, dismounts you, does a Q and then walks around and just boop, pushes you back into the enemy team, like you're just
I'll use it on the tanks sometimes too. Like a Johanna like pops her iron skin and is taking a bunch of damage. Oh, I'm just gonna walk away. It's just like, I'm gonna hop on the other side and knock you into my team because you're zoning. Your team's way away, and now your iron skin's gone and you're 3/4 health. We can burst that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think about